living to do for a dollar.
What's poppin', y'all? This is BMOC. Now tune into BMOC.TV for now. Tonight is the culture. We're talking about the best diss rap tracks, or best rap diss tracks, or best diss tracks. Period. You know what I'm saying? We have there's so many songs to talk about. There's so many artists. There's so many confrontation. People are confrontational. There was a time in hip hop, people were just doing like Caribbean music. They were really beefing. They were really battle rapping. They were really, airing out their business. Okay. And tonight we're going to talk about that. All right. So let's first shout out the greatest hosts in YouTube land, in all of YouTube land. Deshauna, say what's up to the people, dog. What's up?
What's going on, world? Welcome to all the Backpack fans that was not here last week. We were talking about the More Life, but we are back this week. Can we talk about diss tracks, the bars, the heat, no rhythms? Getting into it.
I don't wear my chain. I wear my chain tonight. So,
as always, shout out, to the permanent Donita Tyra. Hope everything is going well. We'll see them back very soon. Don't forget but we gotta hold it down for the diss tracks tonight. 916, let's go.
Also, because of the rhythms, I may talk into a British accent tonight. I feel like if Drake can go in between being Jamaican, I feel like I can go in between being British. So if I say some British words tonight, it's because I'm with it. Let's all appropriate. Okay, let's all do it. Okay, let's do it. Drew, say what's up to the people, man. What's up?
What's good? What's going on, world? This record is one of the foundations of rap.
Yup.
And something that makes it fun. Things can go left a little bit sometimes, but that's all part of the culture a little bit. And so we're gonna dive into there's so many. We're gonna dive into as many as we can. Shoot us with the comments. We'll get to them, and we're gonna rock out.
All right, let's do it. Shout out to Morgan in the chat. Morgan, I got a mean Tony Braxton playlist I just created. 5 whole songs of Tony Braxton. I think you would love it. You ask me about it every freaking week. It's hit the freeway twice. One with one without one. So it's fire.
Wow.
Okay, so let's get into it, man. So let's go around the room. Let's first. Should we talk about the diss songs, or should we talk about it based upon the artist order? Like, should we do Cameron's? Or should we just do them based upon the songs? Like, how should we do it?
Because tonight I have I think we should just go boom, 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 like you drew me, whatever, and then we talk about a diss song, and then we all get some thoughts on it if we have them.
Okay.
We'll go that way.
Okay. So let's go to my favorite, Ether.
Well, what do you consider that?
Let's get into it. I think it's probably my favorite diss record ever. At that time, I'm a big Jay fan, I'm a big Nas fan. I definitely think Nas won that battle. I know Jay-Z's a billionaire. Yes, Beyonce in his arm.
Won the war.
Rock Nation, he won the war. He owns title. I get all of it. I'll get all of it. In that particular battle, I feel that Nas won. I don't think the beat was terrible. People will keep dissing Ron Browse. Like, the beat it's a beat, okay? Like, I've heard worse beats become hits, okay? It's not, people are like, oh, it's a terrible beat. Like, they want to nitpick Nas. You can't nitpick Nas, okay? Stop nitpicking Nas, all right? But the Phillies hot rock fellas put you in the dry spot fellas and a pine box with 9 shots for my Glock. Oh, my God, are you kidding me? This dude Nas said you pop stuff and apologize as Kiss, and then Jay-Z apologized. He put out Super Ugly and he apologized for the baby seat. Like he's a prophet, okay? Yeah. He just prophesied what was happening. Queens run your ass, Russell Simmons and the whole Def Jam. Oh my gosh. It's just shout out to Def Jam. But it's just it's crazy, man. So I was one of the people in VVA. I was either
this is awkward.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. And I was Napstering Ether, then I Napstered Super Ugly, and it's just a big thing, man. So Ether, is that one of the top 5? We don't have to all get because we have a lot of songs to go through. But is Ether top 5, absolutely. Man? What's up? Talk to me.
Go ahead, Drew.
Go ahead, man.
Man, yeah, Ether is definitely top 5, top 2, 3, whatever. Like it's my favorite. I think Nas won, you know, but I mean, I think it was. It's crazy. It's crazy because when Takeover, I'm a big J fan too, and so when Takeover, I heard Takeover, I'm like, wow, like that was, you know, it was crazy, and I didn't really know what to expect. I think a lot of people didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And so when Ether, when he came back with it, it was you know, it really shifted. The one thing out here, like in there, you know, Shawnee can speak to this too, California, especially at that time, like at the early 2000s, a lot of New York artists and stuff like that, especially artists like Nas, who's my favorite rapper, didn't get a lot of play and a lot of buzz out here. Like we don't listen to Nas out here, especially back in 2001 and 2002. So
that is a shame.
You know, and you know, so but Ether, man, everybody out here listening to Nas. You know, I'm trying to tell people since high school, Nas is the best. But you know, so I mean that how big it was. Even it wasn't just big for New York City; it was big for hip hop. Period. Even in areas where, you know, Nas and Jay-Z wasn't at the top of people's, you know, list of what they was listening to at the time.
In Oklahoma, that was big. Dude said in '88 you were calling my crib. I didn't even give you my number. I didn't give you my phone number. Are you kidding me? He told him that.
I always say what makes Ether the best for me is because Jay-Z, and I've said this before, Jay-Z has always been the resident big homie, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. Jay-Z puts on, even when he came in the game, he kind of had his own lane. Jay-Z never really been sung by nobody, right? Jay-Z does the sunning, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me put your name in the song. It's Jay-Z's angle. I'm always a big homie. And then here come Nas. It's like, nah, like, you love my style. Like, you mention me in every album. I'm proud like a proud son watching his only son that made it. I was like, oh, like, my son?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Jay, it's crazy because Jay's older than Nas.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the Thai Bowl. We saw him do karate. That MTV special, we saw Jay-Z doing the karate on the MTV special. And he just, it was just that you unstabbed him and made you take the blade, asked him from the cane, the herb, the big, and imminent murder. It's just like, it was back to, he didn't even take a breath. He was taking a breath. So,
well, the one thing that's interesting to me about Ether is, you know, it was so scathing. It was probably the most scathing diss record, probably since No Vaseline.
Yeah.
And what the crazy about part of, from industry talk and what you hear, that it was even worse. The original, originally there was actually people complaining about the beat. Initially, I guess Swiss did the beat initially for Ether, and then they ended up choosing the Ron Browse beat. But there's some other things that was mentioned. Controversy with Rockefeller terror squad thing that happened back in the day. Whatever happened with that, I guess Nas had touched on that. Based on people say, Nas had an interview in Vibe, and this is a little after. This is after Takeover Ether, but there was still the beat was still brewing. This was before everything got settled.
Yeah,
and Nas said he had a lot of records that he never put out that he felt like if he put them out he could have just crushed the game. And I've always wondered what those songs were, what he was saying about guys, because at that time, I was watching the Cormega interview.
Wait, Drew, we gotta move on. Drew, we gotta move on, man.
Oh, my bad.
Drew, he's about to drop some gems.
That's what I'm saying, man. Drew, this has to be a part 2 episode. We gotta get through 80 diss songs, all right? And most of those are 50. So, but Drew, you're right. There was even a worse version that he didn't put out. This is the edited version.
Yeah.
So it's great. So we can all agree this is a top 5 disc record.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Top 3, top 2.
Okay, top 3, top 2, top 1.
My top 2.
Right, top 2. Deshaunus, man, give us another one, man. What's up?
Man. Two things tonight. I just want to say that because I got 2 experts here, and I knew, BMOC would take care of some stuff. I knew Bricks would take care of some stuff. I wanted to highlight the regional. I wanted to go ultra West Coast. Y'all know where I'm from, but usually I try to be diverse. But tonight I'm gonna do some of the best West Coast diss ever. So I'm glad y'all said it all. You know what I'm saying? We're going straight with No Vaseline, man. Number 1, we going back. It was heat. To me, and you'll hear this theme, what makes a diss track really good is you have to have like a personal connection. There's a lot of little subliminals and beats, but when you got that personal history, when you've done business together, you maybe grew up together, you've been in the studio together doing it, No Vaseline is definitely up there as one of the best. It cut. He was the lyricist of the crew. He brought the edge to the crew, so it was really interesting to see that unfold. And I don't know about you guys on the East Coast BMOC, but on the West, I know particularly in my family and upbringing, used to be my homie, used to be my, I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? When you say used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. That line has been around forever. I mean, since that happened, I got OGs in the family. Used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. Like that line is forever, you know what I'm saying? So, No Vaseline, what y'all think about it?
I mean, it's definitely, it's top 10 to me. I mean, Ice Cube is a legend. I don't care if that guy, I don't care what coast he's from. He could be from Zimbabwe or something like that. It was just so, it was like you said, it was like the pre-ether.
Yeah.
It was the ether of his time, man. I mean, you can't diss the Ghost Rider. Like where in the world do you diss the Ghost Rider of your
right, stick to producing.
Yeah.
This is really gonna go at Ice Cube. Really, everybody gonna go at the guy that wrote your rhymes. Are you kidding me? So yeah, man, definitely top 10. No Vaseline for sure. Drew, give us another one, man. What's up?
See, that's the thing. So, Shawness, my second favorite diss record of all time is the
West
Coast one. Can I have it?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Go ahead. I think I know.
So mine is Real Mother Effing G's by Eazy-E.
Okay, all right.
That's the second best diss record of all time.
Easy. And why? Why is that one of your favorites?
Like, man, it's like the disrespect. Like, there was so many lines that was just so disrespectful. Like, Eazy saying, like, it's hard to even quote that record without saying crazy stuff. So, like, but just him just saying, like, I never met an OG who never did Ish wrong. You trying to diss the Eazy-E now? Hope he is wrong. Like just the line saying, I never met an OG that never did nothing wrong. Like, you never cheated on a test. You never jaywalked. You never like stole a piece of gum out the store. Like, you never did nothing. Like, saying calling stupid anorexic rapper, and you tell him he ain't worth a food stamp. Like, then he got the young food stamp. Yeah, then he got the little homies on him. Like Easy went in. I don't know. NWA Q wrote the raps or whatever and ran. I don't know who wrote that for Easy, but it doesn't even matter because the way Easy delivered it, and then also just breaking down how everything was going over at Death Row at the time. Y'all getting treated like boot camp. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Easy went in. Like, that's, to me, that's the second best diss record of all time, straight up.
And that bass line,
that bass.
Then the keys
yeah. I mean, it's literally funny that those two records are like so legendary. They came from the same crew. Yeah. It's like you needed one for the other. So speaking of one for the other, let's get to another favorite diss track of mine, which is not even that. That. Actually could be a 2 for 1. Let's do Jay-Z's Takeover and let's do the Blueprint.
Yeah.
Blueprint 2?
Yeah.
The A.
That is my choice.
Did y'all see these fake, the rap version of TV Jakes, prophesizing on your CDs and tapes? Won't break you off with a little bit that he makes. It's like, oh my God.
You are placed
it's because he's wearing kufi, it don't mean that he's right. Don't you understand him? It don't mean that he's nice. It's like Uchi Wally Wally, is it boy Mike? Is it black girl lost a shorty on your eyes?
I'm being real on my
life. Like, oh my God, that was crazy. Like, when they did the radio battle, it should have been Ether versus that. Like, that super ugly, that should have never, ever been a part of the discussion.
Agreed.
But see, this is the thing. Blueprint 2 is fire. Like, I love that song.
Yeah.
But right where y'all cut off rapping is where it gets weird, because then Jay says, I will not lose. It's a valuable. I will not lose, so they try to help them cheat.
Right.
It's a valuable lesson learned, so it evens it out for me. So at that same line, that's like erasing everything. It sounds like you saying, like, that's like you lose and say the refs. Oh, you be in the locker room, like, yeah, man, the refs called some bad fouls.
Yeah,
but it's like the same time you kind of copping a plea.
Yeah, well,
like,
because it's hard to debate a win on paper. I mean, so it's like a loss on paper. Like, so if you were at the radio, literally, if you were at the radio station, if you saw Red A.J. Martinez's book, whatever, but he came to the station, he stepped out of the elevator while they announced to the building, Nas won by the votes. So it's like you gotta mention that you may have won that one, but you only won because it wasn't either versus takeover or you're the underdog, so that's why you won. He has to like kind of.
But this is the thing. The only thing with that, and this is the thing. Jay has always been the Don. Like, I mean, he's whole, right? Yeah. And he's incredible. And so he's always been able to do things big. So this is why it's hard for me to give Jay that kind of underdog. And so, for instance, Summer Jam, he comes out. Jay got Michael Jackson out there. Jay got the first ever meme. We got Prodigy up there. Yeah. Like, it's lit. And he debuts Takeover.
Yeah.
So he's doing what he wants. And then Nas gets blocked from doing what he wants. But Nas went up there to do the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Jay, there was both things that happened on both sides where each guy could be like, well, this was, Nas could have took the same route.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There were things he wasn't allowed to do. So it's tough for me with Blueprint 2. It's a dope song. He called Jungle a Garden. Like, that was funny to me.
Your boy Jungle's like a garden to me. He actually cool with Jungle.
Yeah.
That was like, he was cool with him. I don't know why he even did that.
This is why what Nas did was so crucial, because Jay played it perfectly. He set the trap, you know what I'm saying, like to see Do react. But in Blueprint 2, for 98% of other artists, would have been the onslaught. Like, okay, I just threw out Takeover, a couple bars. You're going to drop your weak disc, and then Takeover go end it. But I don't want to go back to Ether, but that was like Blueprint 2 was really great, and people don't really acknowledge how dope it was, because it was like, what was it in response to?
It was after the fact. It was like after the fact.
One of my favorite.
Me too. It was better than that.
But the kind of Baby seat song, though, he should have found a way to incorporate that in Blueprint 2. It could have had a little more juice, because that was.
Once you use Nocturnal's beat, it was. You can't even. You gotta throw it out. You gotta restart. Like, but then he said, "Oh, this wasn't an official response. It was for a mixtape or something." It was just like, come on, Jay. Jay. Even if that was the case, he was shook up. Still been fire enough. Like, I don't care if it was a house filler. You recorded it. You put it out there in the atmosphere. There was no mixtape attached to that song anyway. So if you're putting it out there, it should have still been fire. It should have still been fire.
I just think, but sometimes what happens is when you get it, because that's the thing, man. Like, Jay and them was feeling in the moment, man. Rockefeller, like, Takeover came out, it was crazy. I mean, the Takeover came out, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I think we before on the show. Do you remember, like, in the old XXL, the Rockaware ads, and they had Boogie Dash, Dame Son laying in front of Queensbridge. Like, they was lit. And Ether was so powerful, it shook everything up. So when Jay responded, when he came back with Super Ugly, it wasn't real. It really wasn't what it should have been, because nothing was even stable over there no more, because he really shook the game with that. It was that big of a record. So it's not surprising to me that Super Ugly didn't really live up when you're trying to come back real quick to a song that was that monumental.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Gotta throw it out.
But I think but this is the thing. I feel like also Nas doesn't get enough credit for the H to the Izzo disc, because that was what was in between Summer Jam and Takeover.
Right.
Because initially Nas's verse wasn't on Takeover. It was just the last lug he threw on these different Prodigy. Then Nas comes with the H to the Izzo, and then Jay goes back. And that's why there's four verses on Takeover, because initially that wasn't on there.
The Rock Him joint. But yeah, so that was that. Sorry, Deshaunus, give me another one. What's up?
As long as we pairing up, I gotta pay homage to the spotless OG himself, aka Dr. Dre, with Dre Day. He got the young Snoop on there. They addressed Easy. And we talked about this with the whole Drake and Nicki Minaj thing. Dre Day was one of those original hits. Because I like that was a West Coast party track. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even just the easy diss track. It was, but like, it got the party jumping. You know what I'm saying? Snoop came on there smooth, and they was dissing Easy. But that thing charted top 10 on the Billboard. That thing was like certified gold. So that's how you really pull off a real diss, to where like I mean, people was gonna play it whether it was they was rocking with Easy or not because it was a banger, just like the Compton City or real MF&G. So that Dre Day beat was on point, even though it made Easy's payday. I had to mention it. Went hand in hand with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dope, man. It was dope. And it was one of Snoop's introductions, man. With a verse, and he chose up quick.
Yeah, that's what Snoop was really spitting, man. It wasn't the 1, 2, 3 LBC, see me in the beat. He was really, he had a different cadence, different rhyme pattern. So Dre Day gotta be that. Gotta be that.
And you don't forget too, you just Luke on that record too.
Oh yeah, Luke, man. Which something that you gotta be wary of. You're dissing Luke out here, okay? Gotta be, without Miami, make it hemmed up. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna rob you in Compton and blast you in Miami.
Yeah, I don't know, Dre. I'm not gonna do that. Drew, give us another one, man. Diss tracks.
One diss track that was crazy. I think, especially when we were younger, because we first started really understand the lyricism. This one hit home hard, and that second round KO by Cannabis.
Woo! Oh, listen. If you really want to show off, we can get it on. Live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick your verse. Now I'll let you kick them all.
Wait for the studio audience to applaud. And once you put the tap on kick you in the door, stick it for your vanguard, the water, your mouth, the first, second, and third ball.
Stop it.
Yeah, he started. He forgot what a hard. That whole little setup, that whole little scheme was crazy. Like when I heard Cannabis, I said that's how everybody should rap. Everybody should do the double syllable, like how he's rapping. Every single person should rap exactly like that dude. It was like Redman plus Eminem plus Coogee Rap plus Busta Rhymes. It was like Cannabis was that dude, and he just off the map.
It was I think as far, and I will say this, and I say as far as that little window, Cannabis was kind of mainstream because he was supposed to be one of the next guys. So that was just he was one of the VMAs. He was a white player, so he was the, I would say, mainstream. His vocabulary he used words back then that nobody else really ever used in rap. Like he was saying certain things that was just like nobody used those type of words in raps. Like he was
man, listen.
Like he be, at the whole that song, but he was rapping about tectonic plates and all kind of crazy stuff. Like
they wasn't just backwards words.
Right. I found a bomb.
Yeah.
What is that to say? You talking about Missy? Is that a Missy?
I said no names, man.
He set the tone too, like even having Mike Tyson on there too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
He set the tone for it. Like that's one of the LL response wasn't good enough at all. Like
LL was like, "Because 99% of your fans don't exist." It was like,
I think that's a perfect example because people, at the time, LL is a legend, right? And people like Cannabis is really skilled, and we get into this debate every so often now when we have these battles and who should respond and who they weren't. Like that's part of Cannabis' legacy now. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't about in the time who won or record stores. Like that's part of his legacy, and I think people should kind of welcome all newcomers. Honestly, 10 years from now, Meek Mill's biggest legacy might be exposing Quentin Miller and going head to head with Drake. Like I don't think he's gonna have to. So like you take all battles, man. Like it ain't about killing a career or making your career. Like that is part of your legacy, and then this may be one of the few times Cannabis is mentioned on the culture, sadly. So take them back. You know what I'm saying? Like unless we have like some of the top lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, it just is what it is. Take them battles, man.
Yeah, I can't even really put Cannabis in that level because after that disaster battle, he came with the cast on and he choked and then
he was spitting album. He was spitting album raps and stuff off his album. Like bad. I'm
like he ran into an alien and that's why his arm was broke. He had a notepad. It was disgusting. So we're gonna just move on.
That was like watching Vince Carter get hung.
It was terrible. All right, so let's get into some Jadakiss, man. So many songs. Probably my favorite is Problem Child. Okay. With him. Whenever we bump heads, since she like having people with you, would get you with hospital, with bump heads. We said we were almost feeling you, even though your career is based off somebody damn near killing you. That was crazy. Then he had the joint, the Checkmate joint. We said
the Checkmate's my favorite.
Yeah, I might not sell that much. Well, you bet your last 2 quarters I'll never sell that much. But then he lied. But then he lied. He said, he said you should sell clothes and sneakers. Because out of the your clothes the weakest. That was a lie. That was a lie. Yo. I ain't gonna say no names. 50's clothes.
Yeah, he was like,
was not the weakest of G Unit, okay? He's like,
I got real songs with Big, no made up shit. That was dope.
Oh God!
Even though I do like that made up song 50 has with Big.
Yeah.
Well, with Eminem.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, like Kiss. Yeah, I mean, I like Checkmate the most. It was funny too. I had a expectation for that record too, because that beat is a song called "Air It Out" by Noy, the guy who's with Mobb Deep. I love Air It Out. It's one of my favorite rap songs ever. If you don't air it out, was one of you better kill it. And of course, Kiss did. You know, but the question for you guys, you know, in relation to Kiss, who do you think won the battle between him and Beans?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough because Jadakiss, I feel he had more quotable. I don't know because I'm
partial to Jadakiss, so I'm always like when it's a toss up like that, I'm gonna lean to the person I'm a little more partial to. And I mean, I can't say definitive, but Jadakiss is my guy, so I'm gonna go with Jada.
I feel like it was a tie. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know because Jada told him your rhymes belong on a Cisco beat, and he actually did a song with Cisco. So, Alicia Dragon, which was fire. Alicia Dragon was fire, but that song does exist. So
because Beans joint that he did over Kisses over Put Your Hands Up.
Like, rock yourself out. You see me.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ball over the fence. You know whose yard this is. Like,
he said like I'm a sun kiss like a soda. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. It's tough, man. Jada and Beans, it's tough, man. I mean, I give it to Jada, but I mean, it's tough. That's a tough one.
Talib said Beans had his foot on Kiss' neck, and then Styles jumped in. Is that true? Did Styles help him out?
I don't know if he helped him out. I mean, Beans did refer to the locks.
Yeah.
So Jada didn't need the help. But, you know.
Beans said that Jada Styles writing his raps.
Yeah, call him the ghost because he writing mostly just. You know what I mean? So you know. All right. So Deshaun, give us another one, man. What's up?
Well, since we're going into artist resumes, man, I'm gonna go with a little track. We'll start off with Against All Odds. Bomb First.
Okay.
Going with Pac, Mr. Controversial himself, Tupac Shakur. With the original blueprint of anybody could get it.
Yeah.
Right. Like Pac did not. He was not coming in with like a handgun or a sniper. Pac came in with the grenade launcher. He was taking out camps, mother, women, and children. So Pac was just really like you could just tell in the lyrics, man, how Pac thought and how he saw things, man. He was a black and white thinker when it came to beef.
Yeah.
And a lot of other ways he was abstract, but it was like, man, you with us or against us. It ain't about East and West.
Yeah.
It's about like it was just real.
Even though, of course, Tupac did all East Coast rappers, but I completely feel you. I completely feel you on that.
Exactly. Right.
He named every major East Coast artist, but then said it wasn't about East Coast. It's just so weird. I don't know.
It wasn't about East and West.
Well, it's not about New York because the Outlaws are from Jersey.
See, there you go, and they was on the track too.
Jersey is damn near New York. Jersey's more New York than some parts of New York. So it's
true.
And Pac and Stretch are super tight.
Right.
Yeah, it's like when Cam said Jimmy's not from Harlem, but he's like 2 minutes away from. It's like
exactly
it's the same thing. I don't.
Yeah, it's interesting too because and part of what would have made these tracks a little bit more epic was that personal feel to it. These were people who had long histories together. They didn't do a lot of, him and Big had this, we try to make the most out of their time being kind of friends or whatever, but it was like no long-standing friendship. So all these artists was just kind of surface, like Jay-Z and Nas, you guys can kind of get it, but it wasn't nobody that they had a whole lot of, like history with, so it wasn't a lot of dirt. It was just like somebody riding, going hard for somebody, pause. And that's just kind of what it was. But it was raw, it was uncut, and it was cool to call people a buster on the track back then, man. I need to bring that back. You're a buster, man. It was cool, man.
Jay said
buster was serious.
Jay said he never even met Pac. Like they never even had a conversation. You know, so that goes back to China saying like it takes it's less personal.
Because it was fabricated. The whole thing was fabricated. I've been saying it from the jump. Like it was like Pac, you know, legend, rest his soul.
Bullets were
the whole thing was blew up.
The bullets he took wasn't fabricated.
But that had nothing to do with Biggie and all that, man. That was
allegedly.
Okay. Well, Tupac's whole thing, the whole beef was alleged. Like the whole beef was alleged. So it was dress stitching too, but whatever. But I do like Hit 'Em Up. I do how like they flip the beat. I like this flow on it. I just, you know.
Well,
the song by itself is dope. The situation around it, you know, I don't consider it the best rap diss or whatever. I don't consider that.
One Pac diss that is close, and to me, it's one of my favorite, probably my favorite Pac diss, because for a couple of reasons. The song itself, it wasn't even you. It comes on, you listen to the first verse, you listen to the hook, you see what the feature is. There's nothing diss about it, and then Pac something clicked in his head to a diss record, and that's Toss It Up. So you listen to Machiavelli. So Toss It Up is Casey and JoJo's Toss It Up is lit. And then something happened, and then F Dr. Dre and your sexuality is fluid as Alice. I'm like,
it was a lot. It was a lot
Dre
going
check the temperature. Like, I love that second verse of Toss It Up is my favorite. Because Machiavelli is probably my top 3 favorite rap albums ever. And Hit 'Em Up. I mean, not Hit 'Em Up, but Bomb First and the second verse of Toss It Up. Crazy.
Toss It Up.
It's the energy, and then also too Against All Odds. Can't forget about Against All Odds. That's probably the one that was.
I said that. Yeah.
All the songs that don't have the Outlaws on them, you can put them all on the list. All right, so let's get to these 50 Cent diss tracks, man.
Whew. It's the rest of the night.
There's so many to name. Probably my favorite is Back Down. You never poke none, never pop none, stop fronting. Jay put you on, X made you hot, you running around like you a big shot. Life on the Line, Murder, I don't believe you. Murder, your life's on the line. Piggy Bank, clickety clank.
I smell PU.
Is that your job?
100 clips, 100 shots.
That smells dope.
100 guns, 100 clips. I don't see no clips, whatever. The funeral. This is funeral music. This is Cameron.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You keep computers computing, boopity booting.
What was the name of the Rick Ross joint?
Oh man, the Rick Ross joint. It was so like he was Officer Curly. It was so many. Yeah. It was so Pippin Curly. It was so many songs. Man, it's just so there's so many tracks.
My favorite 50 disses is too old. I like I'm Still Not Rich and I'm Still Lying, the game dish.
Oh yeah.
When he was having a conversation, like part of the rap was in 50's voice, like he was talking the game.
Yeah.
Now that's probably my favorite 50 dish record. Like that was funny. He was like, I got my own shoe 50. He's like 50, I got my own shoe. Game, that shit ain't gonna sell. Like he's just talking so back and forth. And at the end, he's talking like your brother says you were never in a coma.
Yeah,
he says you were in a gang. Your brother says you were never in a gang. Like
your brother says he's a stripper or whatever. He used to be a stripper. Yeah, 50 Cent has just so many. Like I forget the name. He has like a library of diss songs.
You know what's interesting about this though? So let's address the elephant in the room, right? He ended Ja Rule's career, right? But what's interesting is like, all right, legend. But what's interesting about it is there wasn't no ether type track that did it to Ja Rule. This was just the onslaught of 50 Cent. Yeah, it was like the 50 Cent era that really did it. It wasn't like some knockout. Yeah. I wish we had some ether type track. I wish Wanksta was that track that was like, oh, it's so crazy. He just said this stuff about Ja he couldn't come back from. It wasn't that. He just happened like if 50 had dissed Ja mid-career, but he dissed Ja beginning of the career, and then he released 50 million, views. He made career up it. He did what Meek Mill was trying to do to Drake. Right, that's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's real.
It was trying to discredit him to build himself up. I mean, but the thing is, there were more peers. 50 Cent wasn't 50 Cent wasn't Rule's peer at all. Like Joshua at all. Like Ja Rule was so higher in the game. He was doing songs with Mary J. Blige, with J Lo.
Yeah.
And
one thing that
greatest
contributed to 52 was 50 always had an ability. One thing that 50 did do was always good at was his business model was always a little different from everybody else was doing. And a big part of what he did to 50 to Ja was the power of interviews and video. So his interviews talking about it, like the perfect example is the Smack DVD, not the Smack DVD, the Beef DVD. Remember Beef, the first one that came out?
Yeah.
If 50 was on the little thing, he was talking about Ja, and he was talking about he does duets and he making Grease records, and the look of disgust on his face when he was saying, I don't know how a kid could look at Ja Rule. It would be like Ja Rule. And you just look at it, you see that how real, like this is not. And obviously, this goes back, the 50 and Ja thing goes back to something that's not rap. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's why it comes from a place that was even more like, nah, this is not cool. Like, even on Ja Rule's, like, one thing too with Ja, like, credit to Ja. Ja's a little dude. People don't think he's that gangster and all that. People might think Herb is whatever. But every time Ja Rule was ready for the fade, every time, like Ja Rule, because the hatred was equal. Like 50 was a bigger guy in stature, in career, physically, everything. He's bigger than Ja.
He's more intimidating.
Well, he became bigger than Ja, but Ja was ready for whatever. Like with 50, you know what I'm saying? And so that's one thing. But there was an energy.
That's all that time sparring with Ashanti.
Exactly.
That's all the time he spent sparring with Ashanti and got him ready.
Exactly. But speaking of Ja has some diss records too. Clapback. Like listen, say what you want, okay? Ja Rule's flow on Clapback is flawless. His flow was crazy on that.
Right there. I ain't heard it forever, so I'll take your word for it.
So it's time to go, bro. He will rap and then go into the same song and then go back into it. But my favorite track from Jake, I'm from VA. My favorite track from Ja Rule, this track is the Loose Change Joint. The Loose Change Joint when he came at 50 Eminem. You claim your mother's the crackhead, the Kim is a known slut, but Casey will be with you, bro. And they dropped the beat. It was so fire that when Eminem responded, he had to put the part on the diss track.
Yeah.
So how that was?
Yeah.
The Don't Rate Me joint.
Talking about Eminem wearing wave caps. Like you never gonna have waves. You never gonna put black paint.
Like Ja Rule was mad. He was upset.
He got to go for broke at that point. He understood his career was on the line. He had to go for broke, man. He had to go for broke.
Yeah.
He could have just stuck to singing. Make sure he kept singing.
And while we're on that, if I could add to it, since we're in this whole G Unit kind of, there was no greater diss that came from this whole G Unit fiasco. As far as versus the Aftermath unit, than 300 bars and running.
Oh,
Game got that heat together. 15 minutes of bars. Them Buck and 50 and Game. I mean, sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was Game's finest moment as a diss. I know he did some sparring with my man Yuck. Shout out to Oakland. You know what I'm saying? I know he didn't pick his battles to people, but when he did that, that was like twice over what he was just doing to Meek Mill a few months ago. Like Game went in up bars and running, man. It was crazy.
And Game, I always say
that record in probably like 10 years.
Yeah, I always say Game is probably born in the wrong decade. I feel like if he was born, I feel like certain artists in general, they were born before 1999. They would already be like stamped as legends. Like if you're a rap head, you know Game is nice. But if he came out like in 97, 98, he'd be legendary by now. So shout out to the Game. Yeah, Games, this is are phenomenal, are legendary even.
Yeah.
Deshaunus, give us another diss track, man.
I just did, but I'll keep going. So
skip you, Drew, and then the diss track.
Talk too much.
Drew.
I want to get one more off about 50 pause. Like the better, but that one was I Run New York with him and Yayo. Yayo's verse on there.
I forgot about that.
Yayo killed. Yayo's greatest moment was that song. But I would say another diss that was very personal, like way too personal, probably the most personal diss ever.
Yeah.
Was Gucci Mane's Truth Talking about Jeezy.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. She's like Future just now. Yeah.
Gucci said it's not a diss record.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't get realer than that at all. Like so, we talk a lot about like truth in a record and making something sting. Yeah, Gucci went all the way in, and so I would say that one's very entertaining to me.
Well, since we're taking it to the South now, I gotta mention T.I.
coming live from the VIP.
Yeah, getting squashed by Ludacris. Yeah, that stop. Getting beat up. That's Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? And Ludacris came back with the pimp and be easy. Quick catching feelings. Man, because you worth $100,000 and I'm worth millions. And nobody thinking about you, so your beef was legit. So please stay off the TIP of my girl. He killed him. He killed him.
To set the record straight for all of the people out here who are using this for substance, there is an asterisk next to that. The track was sent to T.I. first. He didn't know Ludacris was going to be on it, so T.I. dropped his verse. Somebody sent the track to Ludacris, and Ludacris listens to T.I.'s verse, and then he had a chance to rap over it, and T.I. never got a chance to respond.
Do we need a whole TV One unsung on this? Listen, T.I. should have never, ever, ever said Ludacris's name. He said his name.
It's spelled differently. He said Ludacris, the actual word.
He's supposed to the Mike Tyson way.
It's crazy because there's the whole talk about disses that are not with no name on them, right? So T.I. has I'm talking to you, which is
the worst diss ever.
Incredible. It's crazy because that's probably my favorite T.I. song. And one of my favorite Just Blaze beats. And I always took that record he's talking about Wayne. And
I thought so too. He said he wasn't. But I thought he was talking about Wayne too.
The line that made me think that was when he said
the real President Carter.
The real President Carter. So
President Carter.
Okay, well, that finally he's talking about Wayne.
And he never said Wayne's name. So it was like he's talking about Wayne. But he said later that it wasn't. It confuses me. It confuses me. Because he said, but he says after Wayne sold 1 million for the Carter 3, they became best friends overnight. Right. It was like, oh, that's my best friend, that's my partner. You know what I'm saying? That's my associate, my affiliate.
They start doing all them Cali records together and stuff.
Yeah.
Over and all that.
Exactly. But like just yesterday, you did a whole song shouting out every MC from the South. But Wayne, it's so weird. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm young buck. I'm confused.
It's one of my most frustrating moments as a T.I. fan because I was like, this is too much, man. Yes.
like you had to be talking about him. You were talking about Wayne. Like I know you were talking about him. So it was like the most direct, indirect track ever. So, but yeah. What else happened in the South, man? Any other major diss records in the South? Oh, what's happening? What's up?
Shorty Love.
I ain't mentioned your name. That's what all this about. You know.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Shorty Love.
Yeah. I mean, really, I think that whole paper trail was about Shorty Love. I think Shorty Love said like one thing, and he made like 8 songs talking about it. So.
And that's how high Shorty Love was at the time with that hit. He had to let him know, man. Can't trying to get over.
Yeah, ironically, it's probably
from the west side. There must be 2 sides.
Must be 2 sides.
Yeah, it's like ironically that was the last classic T.I. album. Like, I mean, he's had other songs here and there, but for the most part, that was probably the last complete body of work was Paper Trail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Paper Trail was dope, man.
Yeah, Paper Trail was dope. So what else? So Deshaun, give us another track. This track, what's up?
Back to the coast. We had this mentioned earlier, and we got to take care of it. DJ Quick, Dollars and Cents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. This is one of those beats that actually did start on wax with some subliminals back in the day. You know, DJ
Yeah,
Quick is a blood, MC8 is a crib. They thought it was
yeah,
some hoods being disrespected, and then DJ Quick kind of said some things that was kind of light, and MC8 wasn't sure, so he threw a couple of tracks at him, and then DJ Quick finally dropped what I think is his best album, Rhythmalism, and he had to
yeah.
put that, and I mean, but he put that dollars and cents on there before that, but yeah, man, and the famous line everybody loves from that is, MC8 spells it EIHT, and so Quick flipped it and was like EIHT because the G ain't in you, and it was just like, everybody was like, oh my God, it was, you know what I'm saying? So it was,
And I like MCA. I think MCA was dope. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Dope.
Yeah, I think he's dope.
Call him a movie gangster because he was in
yeah. It was Quick, man. Quick is always we got to say every time, but Quick is underrated in everything he does. I like Quick as a rapper, as a producer, just the personality, what he does, for putting his hood on, is just being inspirational, not being on no BS for most of the time, man. Putting on some Mossberg. Quick is one of the homegrown favorites here in California, man, and that was a dope track.
His beats, those synthesizers, that bounces. His bounce is crazy. I love.
Y'all remember Scratch Magazine, the producer magazine?
Of course.
So when Scratch was out, Quick had a feature in there. I think that was the best article in all of the Scratch issues.
Yeah.
About music and sound and just mixing the record, all that. Like Quick broke all that down better than anybody else I've heard. Period. When he was like that magazine.
That's something in that magazine. Yeah. That would have been a great blog or a great show. It's like they did that magazine right before, they did that magazine right before the transition of digital and print. They were running out of money, but if they would have stayed together another year, that would have been a great blog or a great TV show just to highlight producers, especially nowadays.
They gave Alchemist cover to Eminem. They shouldn't have done that. They did that, but M had that cover. I was like, that should be Alchemist. Man, why Eminem on the cover?
They had a dope one with the Neptune suits. Probably one of my second favorites outside of Quick. Yeah, they had a dope cover on them. All right, who else? Oh, of course, Slim Shady.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Man, you know what's funny? One of my favorite diss songs from him, and most of it's not even rapping. It's a song called "I Remember," coming at Everlast.
Yeah.
Oh man, he flipped the whole the Whitey Blues song.
Whitey Ford, yeah.
Whitey Ford had the blues, which is crazy. I probably could play guitar better. I never touched a string.
Yeah.
My Eminem voice is terrible. What about
he was he raps and sing, but he can't do both, or something like that. He's he can't rap or sing, but he wants to do both.
What's up with you? I never. Then he had the sauce coming at Benzino.
Yeah.
The 4 half mics means your Biggie Jiggy Nas and Benzino.
Yeah.
Or even the end. It was like, now what hit include news is exclusive. Yo, you know what to do with using them through with stupid. The stupid. I'm like, oh my God. Yes. That was the ending. That was the ending of the track. Like he gave Benzino too many bars. That should have been reserved for another. If that was aimed at Eminem, not Eminem. He was battling himself. If that was aimed at Jay-Z or somebody, that would have been crazy. He used all that for Benzino. I was like, geez.
And not to mention what he did to Jermaine Dupri. Second verse, get commercial. This better than this. Amateurs drink better in piss from a Dixie cup. If you ever mix me up or confuse me with a cannabis, or Dre with a Dupri.
Eminem, that's the Eminem I missed. I missed that Eminem, that 8 Mile, the
Eminem show.
Eminem show. That whole little period. I missed that Eminem. I need that Eminem back ASAP.
Eminem in that time frame that you just said, there's not many humans ever that was ever touch him. He's great through his whole career, but there was I feel like all artists have that special pocket of creativity, where they reach that, where everything kind of just comes together. And Eminem show, I mentioned Machiavelli, my second favorite rap album of all time. My third, if flip-flop's third and fourth, but it's Eminem show. M was absolutely brilliant on there, and
Absolutely.
and that's where you got some more dishes from him that wasn't like Britney Spears dishes.
Right.
Yeah.
On like when you get on Square Dance and stuff, and
Yeah.
Canada Bis and calling them all
No
that. You
more.
know what I'm saying?
Not even on my radar.
Yeah,
and,
Eminem, man. Whew. That
Square Dance is crazy, and then
Swear Dance. Yeah, Swear Dance is crazy.
and M was just then like say what you say with Dre.
Yeah.
Talking about Jermaine Dupri was like super sick. That's what because you never hear like producer beef, and then nigga Timberland throw the lug at the end.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy.
I'm like Timberland, fall back, fum. But no, and the joint when he dissed Nick Cannon, we had this little the Scottish accent or whatever.
Bagpipes for Baghdad.
Oh that was it Baghdad for Baghdad?
Yes.
Well, what is the?
But I think this is Mariah Moore kind of on that.
Yeah.
No, the listen.
Yeah.
The Mariah one was crazy because he took her voicemails and was rhyming in between her words, and her voice was ending off the rhyme. And that was like the most creative, sick, twisted thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm a big Mariah Carey. Well, I was a big Mariah Carey fan, and I was like, man, this is incredible. So shout out to Eminem.
I still feel like there's one thing with Eminem. I still feel like just selfishly as a rap fan, there's two things I feel like we haven't got, and I really wish M. I don't know. I think one of these isn't Eminem's fault. See, I feel like Eminem doesn't get his respect always. I feel like despite his commercial success, he's the most underrated, underappreciated rapper of all time to me. And
him and T.I.
I feel like
Royce.
I feel like M. Nobody there, like rappers will throw jabs. We can go just jabs alone. Rappers will. Nobody ever poked the bear with Eminem. And I wish somebody would, so it really could have got something. Yeah, and I think it's a testament to M's greatness because I really, we all, listen to rap heavy, and we know our music, and it'll help me out if I'm wrong in the group or you guys or in the chat. Who really tried to come at M? Nobody ever tested him. Like it'll be almost 20 years.
Group said Royce for 5'9" kind of got at him in D12. They said Royce, but they said M kind of ducked Royce like he was Floyd Mayweather. They said M kind of ducked Royce.
I was gonna mention Malcolm X. So with Royce of 5'9", which is one of my favorites, he really didn't diss Eminem though. He basically said, Eminem, stop telling people you ain't talking to me, I ain't talking to you, and I'm gonna keep dissing your weak crew. Like he really kind of like side-swiped him. It wasn't like, because they were best friends. So he didn't say, Eminem, you're whack. I hated this album. He really didn't do that. He was kind of like I'm not going to diss you. I'm going to diss them dudes over there, and I'm going to tear them down because I'm mad at you. So he really didn't test them. You know what I'm saying?
Swifty McVay, you better get this.
Yeah, but Eminem did that little bar. He was like, oh, your rhinestone shines so bright because, there was rhinestones on his do-rag. A little light bar.
I really wish I really wish something because I just think like I said, Eminem, comes to battling, like obviously A-Loud a little bit. You watch the old footage of the Rap Olympics and stuff like that. Like that's Eminem's. That's what he's bred from. Like he comes from that competitiveness, wanting to throw. That's what gets him going. You know what I'm saying? And I just really wish we could have got a real battle instead of a washed up Cannabis or Jermaine Dupri or Everlast. I wish it was like we could have got Jada Kiss or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, hold on.
Nas and Jay or something.
I gotta address somebody in the chat real quick.
Oh, thank you,
Jonathan Parker. You are the king. The king.
Oh, I don't know. He's killing Eminem already.
Jonathan Parker is a troll. He basically said because Roy mentioned M's name in a diss track, he was coming at him. Like he was dissing him. Like, Jonathan, if I say, everybody in the chat, I'm gonna clap everybody in the chat room. I mean, I can't use a metaphor. That would be a diss. But I think you're trolling. Like, listen to the bars. Don't just say, oh, he said Eminem's name in a diss track, so that must mean he's coming at him hard. No, he said, stop telling people you're not speaking to me. I'm not speaking to you, and I'm gonna keep coming at your weak whatever crew. Basically, he's saying I'm coming at your crew. I'm not coming at you. I'm coming at them. He said it in that bar. So don't just say he said his name. Say what he said in that song. You know.
And long before
we got the job.
Hold on. And long before that, when he first trolled was when he said Ether wasn't lyrical. And it wasn't, and he's like, it was one of Nas' worst lyrical songs ever. Yeah, he's been trolling for about 30 minutes now, so I was gonna get to that later. But he's been trolling time after time again. He's been getting it in right now. Yeah, Ether was whack for me. He said he called it the most overrated diss track ever. Is exactly what he called Ether.
I'm about to hit John with my British accent real quick. Hey yo, John. I know it's your job to troll the chat, okay? But you can't troll the chat, all right? You can't.
Go ask Dame if Ether was overrated.
Wait, Dame Dash? Wait,
Dame,
Diddy, Dame, Daddy, Dame. Which Dame? Which Dame?
Oh, I get it. You. Oh, okay. I get it.
Oh, you Biggie and he's fucking. Well, I think it was
but at the end, but we got the Ja Rule thing. But even then, like those were out of the like Ja Rule was that was all based on 50, and it was way after Ja Rule was relevant. It wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like so, but we never got that prime heads up. Clash of the Titans thing with Eminem. I just wish we kind of got that from somebody.
Me too. I want to shout out. I skipped over this, but I mentioned 50 Cent. 50 Cent had the funeral going at Cam, but Cameron had Curtis.
That's some courtesy, Curtis.
Right. He called him
trying to
Bug.
act hard to a crack got that Mac Broads. That video ain't clean. It's your backyard.
It's the backyard, yeah. Yeah. He used a casket and hopped out of it in the video. It was hilarious. He called him Bugs Monkey. Like that's hilarious. That is hilarious, man.
That's my favorite line on the road. You said Bugs Monkey act hard to a crack god that Mac Broads. Like Cam's wordplay is so ill, but even that video, like there's the behind the scenes of that video. And this Cam's whole wave has always been the illest to me. And like he's standing on top of the car. He's like, yeah, I'm getting that 50. This called the Harlem Hyphy. Back then, Hyphy, but Cam was like, Hyphy. Like when he goes right to the top side, like on the side, Cam was like, I'm gonna stay on top of the car. This guy Harlem Hyphy. It was lit.
But he was having random people in Harlem say the Curtis line on camera. It's just like, from the radio interview. How much did the mob sell, Curtis? That was that. So you think he stopped by Koch Projects?
Do you guys remember the second part of that, right? Because Cam did the Curtis video. Yeah. Then there was the part 2, and he had the Child of the Ghetto over the G-Dep joint. And which I didn't like it, but do you remember the end part when it's Cam with some other guys and some girl, and they're standing around a garbage can fire, and they're doing like a doo-wop song called "Tennis Snitch."
Yeah, it was like New Jack City.
Yeah. And it was fun. I'm like, it was so corny, but it was hilarious at the same time. It was
we need to bring back videos for diss tracks too, man. I like even back when I was watching when you had what's the name playing Eazy-E and like people having like corny people play you. That was entertaining, man. Bring back the videos.
I'm saying, man, of the whole thing. So Deshaun, give us a diss track, man. What's up?
So I'm about to delve into the world of like not fully a diss track, but I want to have this artist on here just so in a few years I can say that. Sure. So let's go into Kendrick Lamar, right?
Kendrick.
Let's start with I was reminded today about the BET cipher, right? So you know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, nothing's been the same since I dropped Control and had a tuck the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes, right? Was that at Pap? People said he was talking about Papoose was being heard about Control and saying he was the king of New York.
I don't know because a lot of New York rappers felt away about that. Fabulous got at Kendrick about that on Soul Tape 3. So there's a lot of.
But the thing about that is, I think it was about Papoose. Because if you remember, shortly before that on Summer Jam, Kendrick brought out Papoose.
Yeah.
And let Papoose close out like the last 10 minutes of the set. Unbeknownst to Hot 97.
Yeah. So I'm more Pappy Mason and Pastor Mason packing back and forth, racing through your thoughts and racing. Yeah.
Exactly. And Papoose was showing him around New York. and they were cool. And then the minute I say a line that was really a corrupt line, I just throw out a metaphor. I just say that little bit of metaphor. You immediately do a whole diss track about me. And I just had you on Summer Jam like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So I really think that was about him. And also, too, I think it was a subliminal to Drake's reaction to it.
Exactly.
Drake was the whole, you know, to see if I remember how that starts. I mean, that's Twitter talk. I mean, who's going to talk about that anymore? I mean, how do you even do a song with that guy? I mean, I don't know. You know, that was Drake's reaction to it. So,
the deep water, like I said, when he started the verse off, I started from the bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he let it know then, and then like he said, they're liable to bury him. They nominated 6 to carry him. They worry him to death, but there's no vegetarian. The beef is on the breath and heritage. Like, come on. He said, a great white nigga, this is my aquarium. Like, come on, Drake. Like, you know what you doing, man. Like, so that, and then most recently, the heart.
Yeah. Well, you know, Drake's response was, I cannot tell who is my friend. And he did this between me. No, but he did do on the Keep It 100 song with Gabe.
Yeah.
It was like, if I say to my conscience, I would have all your fans. I said I would have all your fans and then he did the whole, you know, like the boy from Compton said, he had this for free. Basically, you know, it was a hotline. I made a hot song. So, you know, they've been doing this stuff every now and again. But
my theory to that is this, and I've said this before. I think they understand with the way that diss tracks go, the person who does the first diss usually is not at an advantage. So even though they're getting eerily close, I think they both got some heat tucked away to say, all right, you throw your best shot first, because when I reply, I get to use all the little nuggets that you used in the first one. I know what I'm doing, but as long as it's just subliminal, it's gonna kind of be, because I mean, think about it.
But you know the thing
if the Quinn Miller thing couldn't end Drake, it's kind of hard to think of a first haymaker that can end you. It's gonna have to be a couple of rounds. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think the way to combat that, because all you're gonna be doing forever is inching, right? So and that's what makes Nas and Jay battle so classic. Right. I think they both did it perfect. When Jay dissed Nas, he didn't throw everything out there initially. All he said was ask Nas, yo, want to hope. All you have to do is say somebody's name. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So once you say somebody's name, nothing else, man. Now it's lit. You don't have to do the sheether thing where you just throw everything out and you dump the whole bag out.
I was going to say that. Like you have to do sheet up the whole clip, clip out.
Yeah. And then Nas didn't. When Nas came back, it was a little more than just that one line, but he didn't go all the way in on Jay. He gave Rockefeller about 6 bars. And kept, you know what I'm saying, when he did the H to the Izzo. So you can avoid that game of chicken by just saying a line. All you gotta do is say F Drake or F Kendrick at the end of it, and nothing else matters. Now it's lit. You know what I'm saying? So somebody needs to just say a name.
Right, but then Drake heard it and he was like, I cannot tell who is my friend. I need distance between you. You know what I mean? So is that really a battle?
What you said there's been some Big Sean in there too, right? You think it's a little bit to do with Big Sean as well? I mean,
I think too. I think it's been the trifecta. I feel like Big Sean is I think Drake's passive aggressive. I think Big Sean is really passive aggressive. I think Drake's passive aggressive because he's strategic. I think Big Sean is passive aggressive because he just doesn't want to beef with people. But he does say slick stuff every now and again. So remember when Drake was on Angel Martinez, and she mentioned something about the whole the Kendrick controller song.
Right.
And Drake was like, this somebody's gonna diss me, but I never thought it would be Kendrick. I think he was talking about Big Sean. Because there's been that big debate of if Drake took Big Sean's flow, the super duper flow. And he went back on Twitter with it. And Drake was like, oh, you know, I sold 1 million records using my own flow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I cannot tell. I feel like I gave Drake so much props last week, I gotta take it all away. But no, so I feel like Big Sean's been like the middleman of that. And then even when the Controller verse came out, Big Sean seemed tight that people was giving Kendrick props. On that. So now I think Kendrick's firing shots at Big Sean. So it's always been this triangle. I feel like Big Sean's been like the people don't really talk about him, but he's been in the middle of that whole thing. Like, I think if you put all three of them in a room, it's not like all good vibes. Like they have each of them have issues with one another based upon something else. So
I think it's my bad.
Like when you use line, you switch sides. Now we're talking to me, Westbrook. I think that was more of a Big Sean. Like I don't think he ever felt himself aligned with Drake. So lines like that make you feel like Big Sean. Like what I'm saying, you switch sides, and it was like, all right, so what's really good now?
And they did All Me. Remember they did All Me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, but it's funny because Sean cuts him off. He's like, "Shut the F up! I got way too many." It's funny how he comes in. I don't think Drake caught it, so they played it after the album. He's like, "Yo, you just told me to shut the F up on my own."
I think the Hall of Fame line. The Hall of Fame line on the heart too was a dart, at Sean. Because even like when Big Sean was on the Breakfast Club like 2 weeks ago, and Charlemagne was bringing up Control again, and Big Sean was feeling like a little tight, because Charlemagne was like, you got washed, you know what I'm saying? And Sean like, I ain't get washed, you know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, man. This is why it's funny when people talk about say stuff like battling is not good or we shouldn't battle. This is the thing. When you anything that you do, it's competitive. Like you can go back. Well, it could be CEOs. So you telling me that whoever runs Samsung and Apple, they're not. When you're in the same game, it breeds competition. There's no way around it. Like
absolutely,
you're in the same circle. Like you want to beat this person, you want to beat this and to pick it out of rap. You know what I'm saying? And everything based on rap. And this is the thing, and not to be like try to be like the old hip hop guy, but when you look at what hip hop is supposed to be, right? It's DJing, graffiti, breakdance, all this kind of stuff.
And complaining.
And complaining.
And complaining. That's a little bit of hip hop.
Every part of those, every piece of those things are competitive. Breakdancing, well, they battle. You go down there, you throw the cardboard down, you spin around your head. You know what I'm saying? You feel somebody's gonna go. If somebody goes into a subway and they spray whatever they name on it, somebody comes over and spray their name over it. Like,
but Drew, and that's my point. I'm with you, but the thing is, it's like when you are, making millions of dollars, you have an Apple Music deal, you have a Sprint deal, you know what I mean? You have a Walmart deal, you do a Tic Tac commercials. Right. It's like I could be competitive, but if I win, I'm stamped. But if I lose, Meek backed Drake into a corner. Drake wouldn't have responded to Meek. He's like, yo, this guy doesn't write his bars, and I have the proof for that. Yeah. Drake had to respond. I think Drake was surprised that he won. I think Drake's taking shots because he's surprised that he won. But if it wouldn't have been back into a corner, there was no reference tracks and no kind of validity to it, Drake would have tried to Jay-Z him and said a little subliminal thing and would have been gone.
But that wasn't the first time that Drake addressed somebody. Let's not forget. Stay scheming. It bothered me when the guys get to acting like the bras. I guess he was hot on that.
But even that, like
2-0 Drizzy.
Even that was super duper ambiguous. Like that's what Common was like, the whole say my name thing. Because it was so he didn't talk about me. Like, I mean, I don't know who he was talking about. But yeah.
Also the thing is too, even when because and not to always go back to Nas and Jay, but that's probably the biggest battle. But even or even take it back to like NWA or Jadakiss, whatever. Beefs don't mean somebody has to. You can be competitive in a moment. The guys come back together and hug it out, and like it doesn't have to be some lifelong Hatfield and McCoy's kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it like you did something like that's part of the territory, man. Y'all cross the paths, y'all gonna bump heads. Like that's what Nas had a song called "Will Always Survive When I Am." He's like a letter he wrote to Nas, and he wrote like to Pac and Big, and he told Pac, he said, we got work with the best postal class at the top. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go for that top spot, y'all gonna be pulling. Like I think fans should embrace it, man. Like it's fun. Like it doesn't have to be something so morbid and people start making it way more than what it is. Like with the Nicki and Remy thing.
Remy.
Like, let them cook, man. Let them battle, man. It's nothing, man. Like, it's rap.
Let them rap. Like, let them
It's
rap.
rap. It's all good, man.
Let's get into it. So, subliminal tracks. What about Jay on the joint? I got the key joint.
King of subliminal.
Yeah, you know,
Well, after Big.
Yeah, how you think they're gonna be me? You know, how we still slaves in 2016. Yeah. You know, the whole thing with him and Drake. It's like it's him and Drake thing is just so weird. It's like he's like a mentor. It's like somebody that Drake admires and wants to be like. Clearly, when he says, you know, I want to be signed to Rockefeller, but I turned into Jay. Like, he feels he's in that spot, but at the same time, Drake feels paranoid. Like, I respect you. I think you're trying to set me up. I think you're upset. I was going to do the title deal with you, and I didn't want to do that. I want to do the Apple deal. You know, I feel like that's where I feel like there was always inklings of them having issues, but I think that title thing really sealed it, because for those that don't know, Drake was going to be one of the title members.
Which could have saved title.
Right. But, well, they don't need too much saving right now. Probably going to sell it. I don't know. Exactly. In atmosphere. But right before Drake signed the dotted line, he had let, you know, Apple know and other people know, like, I'm going to do this title deal. And Apple was like, nah, we'll give you just more. Right. And you don't got to be with them. You just be the front man here. You could be him there. I mean, the only problem with that is that, you know, Jay-Z owns title and Drake's an endorser. It's a little bit different, but public perception is Drake is the Apple guy. I think that's where that disconnect came. So I feel like Drake, right. So I feel like Drake's like, I respect you, but you're trying to set me up. So I know I'm not big enough yet to come at you, but as I grow, I'm going to come at you. I feel like Jay's like I feel like Jay's in a tough spot, because he's like, okay, if I come directly at Drake, I'm going to seem like a hater.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm already a legend. I'm already a legend. I don't have to. But if I continue to let him get more power, he could become a problem for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like Drake thinks Meek Mill thing was connected with Jay-Z. Yeah. I feel like because of that, I feel like a lot of things has happened to Drake. He feels like Jay-Z has been the orchestrator behind that. That's what I think.
Can I think? Go ahead.
Well, you know, my thing, I always kind of just thought that Drake wasn't, because sometimes people they don't click. And I think part of it, I think Jay-Z might just think Drake's kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at the circle of Jay-Z's people, right? There's certain kind of guys, how Jay-Z grew up.
Jay-Z's always the corniest person around him. Yeah, Jay-Z hang around like super thorough people. He's the closest thing to corny in his circle.
Oh my God.
I mean,
there's a lot of bars to shine. I'm gonna add the shots to the list. Okay.
So I always, to me, it always seems like it's maybe a person. Like, for instance, like how Jay talked about him and Timberland, and how they can like go in the studio and make a song, but outside of that, they really just didn't mix. You know what I'm saying? And I think it could be part of that thing. I just think maybe him and the fact that Timberland's not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So you can just kind of separate from that. But when you're in the same arena as MCs, I think things can get kind of weird. And I think more of it, I always feel it's like a personality thing where he's just not Jay's kind of guy.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Too.
Yeah.
This came up the other day, since we're on the Jay-Z topic for a quick second. First, one of my favorite subliminals was "Watch What You Say to Me," because that's around the time people were getting carried away with this Lil Wayne being better than Jay-Z and being great, and Wayne started to take his little shots to try to maneuver. And then Jay came on that T.I. track and was like, "Rap music is something, ain't it?" You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all never heard "Watch What You Say to Me" on T.I. track, like Jay definitely son. But how do you guys feel about Dig a Hole? I like Dig a Hole. I really do like Dig a Hole. I thought it was perfect for the little shots that him and Jim Jones was going back and forth and the whole dip. I thought Jay was very clever with the chest. Yeah, Cam. Well, no, you said, you say what you call ball and I pay more in tax. You know, like Jay had to take a shot at the time too. But Dig a Hole to me is very, very crafty. I mean, it was on an album that people didn't like, but man, the lines.
I think that was it. I think because it was great. I just think because it was an album that people didn't like. People with the whole, with him at Cam, I think it was dope. I mean, the only thing I would compare it to would be Dear Summer. Like when he came at Game which I thought was brilliant. So I think I will rank Dear Summer higher than Dig a Hole, only because keep saying my name, his name be going, keep playing them childish games, be grown men. I got apartments I can put your home in. You know, and then after he says his name 8 times, he says, "Don't let me put my name. Don't let me put your name on a song." So it's like you already said the word game 8 times. You know what I'm saying? It was on Hot 97. Like it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Brilliant.
But I give them enough rope to put themselves in the air. I just kick away the check. You know what I'm saying? Niggas playing checkers with chess playing Hove. Like he had some real like OG.
Only time y'all went platinum was with us.
It's just,
and that's when y'all outside of your truth, outside of your league. It's not what you do. People throwing rock signs outside of your coop.
Listen, I think if we go back to Kingdom Come, it's not a bad album. I think if we really comb it back, you know, he got a lot of joints. But
I think Big O would have did better if it was in the first half of the album, because it was kind of far down the track listing. You know, you get down there with Minority Report and Beach Share and all that. Them are songs that people, you know, have
so many times.
Or just the S. Carter mixtape. It's not that album. So what other major? We can't listen, guys. We can't. Shout out to the internets, as Combat Jack would say. We're not going to touch on every single diss track. Somebody's going to be like, well, you didn't mention Crisscross Jump. You know what I mean? Like you know, which was, you know,
I got one.
Another background shit for those that don't know. But we can't get into all of them. But let's get into some major ones that we're like, man, I should have mentioned that. Go ahead, Drew. Let's come off.
And it's to take it back, which is a dope one, was Boogie Down Productions versus MC Shan. Well, KRS and MC Shan.
Oh, okay. I am the father of hip hop. All right. I created pins. I created graffiti. I did B-boy. That's all me. I did that.
Dreadlocks. Yeah, like I love personally I liked Kill That Noise, which is MC Shan's record.
Oh yeah.
In response, you know, I like that more than South Bronx or The Bridge Is Over.
No, not The Bridge Is Over. Not The Bridge Is Over. That's classic. That's classic.
You know it is, but they all are. So they're all dope. One thing I like about The Bridge Is Over, like the beat is hard. Like that piano, it's just hard. You know what I'm saying? But I like Kill That Noise because I felt like Shan lyrically was, out of those 3 records, Shan lyrically was better than the KRS one to me.
Yeah.
But KRS got like the reggae part of it and all that. Like, and they talk, that's one that's always timeless and first started people, publicly going at it and repping your hood, Queensbridge, South Bronx. KRS is shouting out all the projects in the Bronx and putting everybody on. So that was super dope.
That was fire. I think so much. Deshaun, give me some distract.
What about? Can we count the Long Kiss Goodnight? Kind of. If I counted some Kendrick stuff, do we kind of count that a little bit? I mean, can we reach or bring it back?
That's a reach. That's a foul.
Yeah. I would want to be a little reach.
Okay, I'll bring up the king of jabs, somebody who throws a lot of diss tracks, but they never landed a haymaker, which is my man Joe Buttons. Man, he the greatest rapper alive is wearing suits and ties, and you got a bunch of white people saying to him. You know what I'm saying? Joe Buttons getting the J, and then what he did. I don't know if you guys ever heard. Joe Buttons. I forget which album it was on, but Blood on the Wall for Prodigy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he did Prodigy real. Look at Blood on the Wall, Bricks, when you get off of here. It was crazy, man.
No, it's just like Joe Buttons is so nice, man. Like just so super duper nice.
Well, speaking of subliminals and that, and on that wall.
No, I'm trying to think. Continue as I think.
It's LA is another one that's super like. Because it's obviously response to New York was a Dog Pound and Snoop.
Oh.
But LA with Capone Noriega, Tragedy, and Mobb Deep. And that's it's super. It's the most subliminal, not subliminal song ever. You know what I'm saying? Because the hook is obviously a diss. Tragedy's verse on there is amazing. Like
Fire.
But that's a dope one. But it's again, it's that weird subliminal line where it's like they're talking about Pac also too is supposed to be part of that too, but that's one of my favorites too. I like
that's a fire one. Pusha T Exodus.
Yeah.
Coming at Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that whole weird. That whole battle was weird too.
Signed to somebody else, signed to somebody else, signed to another person. Well, the thing is, Wayne, had Twitter fingers, and this Pusha and say, F Pusha T, anybody that love him, but never really addressed him on a record.
Pusha.
Even though Lil Wayne did address 50 Cent on that record.
Wait.
He did say, I will pour syrup in your vitamin water. Hope you die tonight and it'll be gorgeous. Something like that. That's something Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Top 5 rapper of all time said on a track. You know what I mean? I can understand them. It was more like that's what it sounded like. So I don't know if he said his name or not. So
I want to commend the group, especially Crunk Girl and those, because Mr. VIP 1993 said Wayne in his prime can rap with Kendrick. No, he can't. And he didn't want them problems with Pusha for a reason. No, he cannot. So the group is taking care of that right now. I appreciate that. That is ridiculous. No, he cannot.
Wait. What happened? Who said what? Wayne can do what?
VIP 1993 said Wayne in his prime can rap with Kendrick. I mean, as friends, yeah, like they could do a song together. But Wayne was gonna get burned.
He can rap a sandwich. Like I don't like. Okay, so Kendrick saying some of the best bars we ever heard is the same as Wayne. Oops, I mean Florida. Oops, I mean Florida. Oops, I mean Georgia. Like no, like we're not doing that. We're not doing that tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. No, we're not doing it. We can't. I'm sorry. We can't. No, wow.
One beat that was kind of interesting, which was the dynamics and also kind of led to something further, was the Foxy Brown and the ladies, they beef too. Obviously the Nicki and Remy thing.
Let's get into it.
One of the big ones was Kim and Foxy.
Yeah.
So it was funny how that kind of lined up too, because you had like Quiet Storm remix.
Mm-hmm.
With Mobb Deep, and then Kim was on there. She throwing shots at Foxy. Then the Foxy's on Bang Bang with Capone Noriega, and she blasting that. You know what I'm saying? She's getting that Lil Kim, and that was so crazy. Now I guess part of that too led to the whole Hot 97 situation. That was crazy, and people got shot and a bunch of crazy stuff. But that beef wasn't light, man, and there was a lot of feelings involved, a lot of that was a crazy one.
And also, it sure wasn't.
How it aligned.
People gotta stop messing. Listen, a lot of people may not know, but Lil Kim got goons with her. So y'all can say where y'all went about Lil Kim on the memes, how she look, all that. Don't say that in Brooklyn. Don't say anything about Lil Kim in Brooklyn.
What you mean? I gotta spell it out. Kim is hard, man.
People will take the body over Lil Kim in Brooklyn. Like, don't mess with none of them. Mano and all. Don't mess with nobody from Brooklyn. Just don't do it. Like, don't.
There's another one that she had too was on one of my album that I love, the La Bella Mafia album. The last song on there, I Came Back for You.
Yeah.
It was the Kanye West Gym Beat Nerds. That beat is one of my favorite Kanye beats. But she was dissing Eve. Did Eve make the record? Eve had the what's the song with Gwen Stefani?
Blow Your Mind.
Blow Your Mind. And when Eve was like, y'all too concerned with fashion and all that. And then so Kim responded to that on that song. Yeah, and then Kim got at her on that song. Like that's a good one too.
Another one I want to mention, which is kind of crazy, but even Remy Ma, she came at Lil Kim. That when I see her, I'm a dragon. When I see her, like Remy Ma was going at Lil Kim hard, man, like hard, man. So Google, y'all probably heard it, but Google Remy Ma dissed Lil Kim. Okay, it's crazy. Who else got into it that's really worth mentioning? Let me actually go to the group real quick. You guys in the chat, give me like some good. Don't just give me like a little alleged diss song. Give me some real diss songs. What's up?
Well, what about the Common and West Side Connection beef?
The Common and West.
Yeah, bitching you.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, Common. That's top 10.
Forgot about that.
That's
it was crazy too because Common did it so cool too. My bad, Walt. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say Common. It was unexpected because Common was like the backpacker, cocoa butter, what I'm saying, Love Jones type rapper. So, like not that kind of distance, but that's what he was. He like, we're all brown, had the hats I be rocking sometimes. Like that was his style. But him to come at some hardcore gangsters, some hardcore gangsters from like LA, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like crazy too because like that song was so mellow. Like the beat is mellow, Common was so smooth on it. So it's not it wasn't that typical rage you get. Especially like for a guy like Ice Cube who badly like talking about Mo Best earlier, how hard he goes. But Common he did it in the most common way possible. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what made it ill. Like he didn't go out of his lane to try to diss him, but it still came off hard and you still have to respect it. And it was still fire. Even Mac 10 was talking about like, it was hard.
It was.
I mean, we have to do, and I know we probably haven't addressed this because of the time frame we've been. We talked about it, but someone may watch this video in isolation 10 years from now, and we have to mention back to back. We got to mention that. We're talking about dicks. You know what I'm saying? Back to back is up there. We ain't got to go into it too much, but back to back is definitely.
Is that your girls' tour or your world's tour?
Man, the Portables are ridiculous.
That open up line that he lugged at Meek was crazy. That's one of my favorite Drake lines. That ain't what she meant when she said she should open up more. I was like, oh wow.
Oh my God, that was.
I remember I was driving to Chipotle. And I was driving. That's
a bad move in itself. That's a bad move in itself. So
Chipotle fire. But I was parking out and he set that line. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And I stayed in the car to the rest of the song. But back to back, I mean,
Yeah, I mean the whole that's your girl tour, your world tour. I don't want to hear about this ever again. Even when she saw you were better as friends.
Which she just did recently. He's a prophet. Goodness.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't think they're friends anymore.
I mean, that don't mean she didn't tell him.
Yeah, she could have told him that. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think. What any other major songs that don't give me some major. Don't give me like, what Sheetha was dope.
Yeah.
I still stand by.
Corrupt calling out names. Okay, Sean, Corrupt.
Calling out names.
Yeah, calling out names is dope.
That was another one that was very personal.
Yeah, extremely personal.
Based on the Foxy and DMX.
You said against all odds already. I can't count who shot you. I can't count that.
Oh, well, you can't count kicking the door. We can count kicking the door.
I mean, I know it's supposed to be about Nas, but
it's just industry in general. It could be a vague diss. We did who talked.
Well, Nas said it was about him.
We gotta get big in here.
Well, I know Nas said it was about him.
So there we go. It's an admission.
But Nas didn't write the bar.
Then you have to include.
Nas assuming it's about him. Nas doesn't really know 100% it was about him. You know what I'm saying?
But then you have to, if you do that, then you have to include You Gotta Love It. When that was supposed to be a diss to Tupac. It's Thug Life who claimed it. I made millions from entertainment. So,
that's
which
true.
was, everybody forever thought that was a diss.
Well, even with Big said, if Faith had twins, you probably have two Pacs. And she actually had twins, but one of them passed away. So
Walter, do you know about the I don't know if you know who Sebo is?
Yeah, I know Sebo.
Do you know when he and Young Mouth had the album Thug Lords where they was getting that 50 Cent?
No, I never heard of it.
Yeah, that was actually pretty big. Hey, man, so it was pretty big out here locally for a minute. Sebo is one of the greatest Sacramento rappers of all time. Him and Yuck Mouth, they was going at 50 Cent, and it was
he was signed to Young Buck.
Yeah, he was signed to Young Buck for a while.
Sebo or Yuck Mouth?
Sebo.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm crazy.
So look at that. It'll make you laugh if nothing else. Man, they was getting that 50 hard, man. It was around that time, and that's what sparked the Game and Yuck Mouth beat. So Game was still under the unit, and him and Yuck Mouth traded a couple of jabs at each other. And I'm telling you, people right now that don't know about Northern California rap, it's a lot of rappers you might want to attack. Yuck is not one of them. Yuck got some heat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you go into the Arsenal, Yuck and Sebo are two of the ones that'll do it to you, man. So
And definitely not Yuck Mouth.
yeah.
Definitely not Yuck Mouth.
On and off wax.
Yeah, on and off. Yeah, for real. For real. You know what I'm saying?
Which one called another beef?
Rascal's on wax.
Another diss that was kind of heavy too was F Nas, like Cormega and Mike DeLorean.
Oh yeah, Mike DeLorean. Oh, he's underrated for real.
I ain't here.
Mike DeLorean. That whole situation is always funny with him and Nas.
Yeah. Oh,
but
you could include. No, go ahead. I'm just thinking of songs that like have like major impact. I can't think of any more songs that have like major impact.
No matter who's real hip hop, half these artists be who album flop. Nelly's the GOAT, man. We need a Nelly episode.
Oh wow.
Man, cause I'm hot. Man, cause he's nuts. Boo. Boo. Oh, because he came back here. That's the only reason why he's on this list. Because he came back here.
You trying to be like Nas, man. This KRS One. You can't be Nas, man. Be you, man.
No, it was like he's like you would be Nas. That whole interview was crazy.
That was my favorite moments in the history of rap music.
Hey, Cam's simple response. He was like, Nas said my album whack, my album make whack. I was like, okay, Cam, that's your best rebuttal. We gotta rap. We gotta rap. I could just, executive produce. Matter of fact, I'm the vice president of Rock'n'Roll. Like, what are we talking about? He was like, yeah, I just rap because I'm nice. I got liquor. You know what I mean? Cam just is feelings that day.
But when Cam said he just rap because he's nice, that's one of the most. That's just really just like the biggest fact to him. Like I just do this because I'm nice. Like I got so many other things I can be doing. I'm just nice.
Well, the biggest thing for me was Jimmy was like offered to Koofy. He was like, "Is that you, Bessa? Is that you, Bessa? Is that you? We the sister bros. You heard me? $250,000. You heard me?"
Well, that got crazy too because and Cameron actually went. He kind of when they did Nas was Hate Me Now. After that, and he was talking about Nas, but Nas' mom had passed. So Cam kind of pulled back on that a little bit because he didn't realize that had happened. That's when somebody's beats go super crazy, and you got to kind of pull things back, and you don't realize everything that you're saying might cut more deeper than you really initially intended to.
All right, so so I want to get in the chat room. I need you guys to give me what is a major diss record that you feel is top 10? Don't just name out a whole bunch of records. Don't tell me something that, Little Mama dissed, Rod Digger. Like, give me some, like Nick Cannon, just.
What about T.I. and Lil Flip?
Yeah.
Hey, that's major. Lil Flip, one of the greatest lyricists to ever come out of this South.
Flip from the prophetic, the word, flip. But no. I need top 10 diss records. Jonathan, not touched in Miami. No, pause. I need.
John don't want Ether in there, so we can't include Ether.
Jonathan Parker is just weird, man. Jonathan, I need to have somebody investigate who you really are, Jonathan. Cassidy's
One of my favorite disses. One of my favorite disses isn't even a rap song.
Wait. How to Rob is a great diss song.
Is that a diss though?
Yeah, he dissed everybody. He dissed.
It made Jay diss him.
No, he dissed Jay, Big Pun, Missy, Boys II Men. Like he dissed every single person. Keith Sweat, like he dissed rappers and R&B singers. Like How to Rob, yes, How to Rob is top 10. How to Rob is definitely top 10 for sure.
So then do we then do we count like Hi My Name Is? Cause like that's like that feels like almost like the same kind of comical diss, and not that it was like he was more some of the pop artists, but I mean like it's dissing people.
Will Will Slim Shady, he really dissed Will Smith on Will Slim Shady.
Wait, but keep in mind, but 50 Cent, keep in mind the image. So Eminem is like, I'm Slim Shady, I'm a cartoon character, like that was more funny. 50 Cent was like, no, I'm hungry and I'm going to rob you. He's dissing gangster rappers in New York City.
Well, he probably would have robbed him at the time.
Well, that's the thing though, because did y'all hear Will Smith's reply to Eminem?
Did he?
Oh,
He had the whole record. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He dissed him back.
It was.
And he
So,
said something.
Got it.
it was corny. It was corny.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he said something about something watch with a tree that you bark up or something. He got a flip a tree line. It was hilarious.
He didn't even write it. Okay, he didn't even write it.
Allegedly.
You know,
Yeah.
my favorite song from Will Smith is "Switch," and Ludacris wrote that. So,
Wow, really?
yeah, and then Nas wrote something else. And then Nas wrote "Men in Black."
And
Rakim wrote
Miami
"Summertime."
Was it Miami?
Yeah, who wrote that? Jay wrote that.
Wait, no. Was that the Black Mafia joint, the Rick Ross on 50 Cent?
Yeah, that was
Mafia music.
Mafia music. Yeah.
That was good empty calories right there. That was Rick Ross at his finest.
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, because I think how Meek Mill put Drake in the corner, 50 Cent had put Rick Ross in the corner with the whole correction officer thing. So go ahead, Drew.
No. But that's the thing. That was the first seed that was planted in that. That came out of nowhere. 50 didn't do nothing to Ross at that time.
Yes, he did. Remember funeral music? I eat, but I ain't chubby like Ricky Ross or whatever.
Right. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Why he said that? But was that a diss though?
Well, Ross took it as a diss.
Because he said that talking in the Cam diss, but when that came out, I was like, because Ross went all the way in.
Enough.
Like
it's enough.
Oh,
you got to.
Yeah.
I know what happened. Remember? So 50 Cent was dissing Fat Joe. Because Fat Joe was on the Ja Rule joint, the New York joint. So then 50 Cent started talking trash about Khaled, because Khaled was with Fat Joe. Rick Ross is close with Khaled. So Rick Ross was like, I'm dissing 50 Cent defending Khaled. And then it became a 50 Cent versus Rick Ross situation. Then 50 Cent pulled out the correctional officer thing, and then they got to the Pimp and Curly, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're right, Drew. It was a little mix of everything. You know what I mean?
So what you
that song made me mad because I'm not the biggest Ross fan, but that song is that beat is crazy, and Ross, that's one I give Ross some like Mafia music. That's that song. I didn't want to admit it. That song and Nelly's EI were two songs when they came out. I never want to let anybody know publicly that I like them.
Some say I'm wrong. I said I'm wrong.
But what's interesting?
I'm like, this is hot.
Go be Jeff Gordon.
We gonna do Nelly, but it's interesting because I was laughing like, as personal as the becoming a correctional officer was, as personal as a line about Drake having the Drake ghostwriting, you know what I'm saying? As personal as it was on Ether and the Super Ugly stuff like that. None of those had the effect of whatever 50 did to Ja. It's crazy. There was nothing personal about Ja that 50 said that compared to having reference tracks, that compared to being a correctional officer and calling yourself Ricky Ross. Like, all these things were career-ending type of revelations, and they all survived it and still had successful careers. And then he tells Ja Rule, stop singing so much so I can sing, and it's over. That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just tough, man. It's just man. 50 from 50 Cent, Ross, Cameron. It's just so many diss records. Such a great time in hip hop. Such a great time.
Yep.
Oh, Nas, Don't Bother Yourself. That was hard too.
Oh yeah.
To take it slow, so he did that. All right, so anybody in the chat, top 10. Give me some. Okay, y'all got top 10 diss tracks. Have we said all of them?
First, hit him up. Ether, take over, back down, camera.
We said those.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks, Officer Down. That was a good one. I don't know if top 10 though. No Rest for the Wicked. That was dope. Hush Little Baby, Razzcast, This in the Game. Who did Touch It in Miami?
Did 3 6 Mafia really diss Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Yeah, I skipped over that. Roxanne Shante. I mean, Roxanne Shante was great because she was
it's important though.
Yeah, it's important to hip hop, but she really was. She was dissing like BDP and all them, like yeah, BDP. Like it's just, she was dissing them, but it was just, I don't know. I feel like there's been other records after that's been more monumental.
LL and which one? LL and the Kumo D had a good battle.
Yeah, they had a good battle. What, Little Kim, Black Friday? What? No. So y'all have no more diss track. Y'all are reaching right now.
They said we covered them all, man. We did a good job.
Wait, no. Tupac Soldier's here. Tupac's in the chat. Tupac. What? I mean, more diss tracks. Wait, somebody said Nelly's first album was fire.
Exactly.
Walter. What about DS?
I can't.
That's heat. That's heat.
It's a cold man. Cold man, baby. Okay. Sorry, I had a moment. Yeah, that's top 10. I mean, it's Mike, so you know what I mean.
I think honestly, real talk, not even joking. One of my favorite disses ever is another song that's not a rap. Bob Marley has a song called "Small Axe" about the Wailers, and they're the record label.
Oh yeah.
That was called the Big Tree, and then what they did, at the time they were just jerking all the artists in Jamaica. And,
that sounds accurate.
And,
more truths for your head top.
Wow.
More truths for your head top.
And so they created a label called the Big Tree, and the Wailers like, if you're the big tree, we're the small axe coming to chop you down. And they're talking about if you dig a pit, you're gonna get buried in it. And if they were rapping, it would have been fire. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, there's some songs like even with 50 Cent who have like the ad-libs at the end. I wish he would have rapped them. Like sometimes when 50 Cent would have a diss song, the ad-libs would be more fire than the bars.
Yeah.
Like,
click up. Everybody click up.
Yeah, like even on Silver Music, most of his bars was like, I'm not gonna destroy Dipset. I'm gonna just demote Cameron, and Jim Jones is the cap. Like,
Joel's the capo.
Yeah, and yeah, right. Jim's the president. Yeah, be like Jimmy anyway, But all that could have been like 16 bars if he would have rhymed it. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I think we covered.
Wait. We forgot about the Queen. Beyonce had some heat on Lemonade getting that day. She almost had her own heater. Lemonade had some heat on there.
Keep with the good hell. Keep with the good hell. Crunk Girls, I think. Well, Crunk Girls, I think that's it. If Crunk Girls say that's like Crunk Girls, like pop-up video. So if Crunk Girls say that's it, that's it. We've covered everything. This has been an exhaustive list. I'm gonna do a diss record to Jonathan though. Jonathan Parker. That's next diss record. Mr. VIP said.
That's for the bar show. That's for the 16 show, Walt.
Oh yeah. So when are we doing this Cypher show? When are we doing it? When are we doing the show? We need to make a decision right now on camera. Who's down? Drew, do you have some bars that you want to spit for the Cypher show, man? What's up?
Yeah, I can do something.
Deshaunus, where you at, Deshaunus? Deshaunus' camera went blank. Deshaunus went ghost. Deshaunus went
ghost.
Ghost.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
For the Cypher show, Deshaunus.
We know Dot writing the raps. We know Dot writing that stuff, man.
Deshaunus, can we get? So this is the rule. We're gonna do a Cypher show sometime in April. Everybody gotta have their 16s together. We need 16 bars. Acapella, no beat. Everybody spitting. Acapella. What's up? Are y'all with it?
Man,
oh my God.
Look, man, I'm married to the culture, man. If it's a Cypher happening on the culture, man, I'm part of the culture. I guess I got to get my 16 bars together, man. Cool. Now, not till April 7th.
So everybody, I'm saying to the camera. I don't know which Sunday we're going to do a Cypher on this show. We're going to have bars.
Can we get my man rap?
We need the girls too, man. So females, y'all, we need some female MCs.
That's what I'm gonna ask. I can write somebody some stuff. I can write Tyra some fire bars if you want me to.
Come on, Jamie.
You can't take credit beforehand because now even if Tyra come with some heat, they're gonna think you wrote it. It's the Bishop Lamont rules. What are you doing, BMOC? This is behind the workings. You're breaking the rules, man. We gotta edit that part out now. Y'all didn't hear that. Tyra writes her own bars.
He said the Bishop Lamont. Drake said back home quick. Literally, what wrong? Back in the interview, and Bishop Lamont was
breaking news, and I quote Jonathan Parker. Drake bars directed at me.
Drake was like, go home. I'll see your bags later. Wait, Jonathan said what? Oh, Jonathan, you'll definitely be. Jonathan, you know how many words I can rhyme off of John and
put
Parker?
Your name in the song.
What, are you kidding me? No, but I'm serious. I'm laughing. We're gonna do a cipher show just for the fun of it. So
we are.
Tyra. Who else should be? You guys watch the show. What's the host at bar? Chris.
Talib gotta
Talib gotta be on here. Chris Burton.
Chris gotta hold out for Brooklyn.
Yeah, Chris gotta be on here too. Who else got bars?
Oh, Serge. Best MC in the group.
Serge would be like, I'm from Romania. I practically. I'll break the bank to you. I'm from Romania. We gotta get Serge on the show.
He listens to Pac's catalog in 24 hours, so you know he got Shout out to Serge.
That's the wildest thing ever. When he said I listened to every single Tupac album in the last week, that was incredible. That was incredible. So get y'all bars together. So yeah, sometime in April. He said dig Chad up. Chad ain't got no bars. There's so many things that can rhyme off Graham. Just off of Graham alone.
Chad about LeBron diss.
I would murder Chad. I would murder Chad off of Graham. Just Graham.
Holla.
Nah, Chad, yeah.
Chad don't want it. Okay, so somebody said get who on? He said Mr. Beppe said get Erica on. Which what? Erica Badu? which Erica you talking about? Erica Badu? I can't get Erica Badu on the show, fam. I'm sorry. Get Slizzy. Oh, get Slizzy. Slizzy's fire. I gotta get Slizzy on. So yeah, so that's it. So we'll see Drake Scuff. So we're gonna try to get at least
Scuff.
We gotta get
my man Scuff on.
We need 8 people. Now keep in mind, he's the only professional. So this bar sits down way better than everybody else's, but we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do some bars. And that's it. We'll do something fun or whatever, just for you guys. You know, some personality. Johnson said, when is this? Sometime in April. So let me look at the calendar right now. This is all on the spot, by the way. I'm freestyling this whole scheduling. So definitely not the 2nd.
Quentin said he ain't available till June, man. We gotta push it back.
Well, it depends on the ghostwriting. If I have to do any ghostwriting, I'm gonna say the 16th. If everybody writes their own bars, I'll say the 9th.
Wait a minute, this is real funny that you've had your 16 prepared for a 16.
No, I've changed some bars. I've changed half of it. I only have 8. I'm gonna keep. Like, listen.
He heard my verse and rewrote his.
Yeah, you're gonna know. You're gonna know my bars change because they're gonna be about current events. So, like, I'm a current event type of guy. If I write, it's gonna be about something current, like something about Trump or something. You know what I mean?
Kevin Durant got hurt.
Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? You never know.
If I hear a bar about Michael Jordan hitting the last shot, I know you've been stashing bars 25 years.
Like when Michael died, I was, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I say something like, Stephon, get them all buried. Something small, something, some little metaphor. You know what I'm saying? A little something. You know what I mean? WrestleMania's next week. Who's in WrestleMania? What's the main event? Is The Rock in it? WrestleMania is next week. Yeah, definitely not WrestleMania. Oh, Mr. VIP said that got her name wrong. Is it Erica? Badu. Yeah, Badu.
We ain't got them connects like that, man.
Jonathan Parker says it's gonna be acapella. Yeah, no beat, acapella. We want y'all to. We don't want to be limited to just the.
You can't be freeway. Don't be freeway. Throw a beat on.
Throw a beat on.
Goldberg versus Brock. Let's see.
Oh yeah, we
Brock
can
Lesnar, Bill Goldberg.
Goldberg's back.
Brock, Bill. Goldberg. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Goldberg is really back.
Yeah, he's actually the world champion right now.
Is he clean off steroids now?
See, growing up, well, I love. We watched wrestling heavy. Me and my brothers watched wrestling heavy from.
Yeah, me too.
We were kids up until about 01.
That what? Oh yeah, well, that makes sense. WCW got first.
01, 02, and after that, I ain't watching about 02.
Yeah, that's when it got trashed. But no, yeah, big. I was into it like 96 to like 2000. Wait, that's what I gotta ask my nephew for the rest of the fights. Her name begins with the E. He's really trying to figure it out. So listen, yeah, we're gonna move on from that. No free promo. All right, so thanks for supporting the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. We got some cool things happening in the pipeline a few weeks from now or a few months from now. So you guys posted. Make sure you guys tune into youtube.com. That's BMOCTV. Also, shout out to everybody who's been supporting Live the Biz. Our event is on Wednesday. We are almost sold out. Almost sold out, which is pretty crazy. We really only promoted for about a week. So, can y'all see the flyer? I love technology. Oh, man. Technology. So, yeah, shout out to again, Def Jam, Columbia Records. You know, they have Adele, Beyonce, J. Cole, all those good folks. And, yeah, Atlantic Records, Sinpac, that was doing on ABC, Shark Tank. And then you had a deal from, like, Lori and Robert. And then shout out to Sasbox, who's on Queen Boss. That is Jason alumni. So we're gonna have fun, network, talk. There's some really major things in store. So I'm just super tired. New dad.
Allegedly.
Work. Right. Allegedly. New work. Live the business show. But it's all enjoyable, so it doesn't feel like work. So just pray for my sleep. All of the parents out there know sleep deprivation is serious. Okay? Before you think about having a child, get at least 1 year of full sleep. Like, just sleep the whole year. Don't do nothing. Just sleep one whole year. Like, don't go to work.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing.
Yeah, my doctor told me I was gonna be 6'2", and I had kids, hurt my sleep, it's crazy, man. It's real. It's a dangerous thing, man. Dangerous thing.
Yeah, I was so sleepy last night. I listened to the Carter 3. It's just like, that's how tired I was. I was like, I need something to go to sleep with. I need something to go to sleep on. So I played the whole Carter 3, man. Almost a Carter 4 too. I was that tired. I was that tired. All right, yeah. So again, keep supporting the show. I'll look out for that, and that's it, man. So I'm BMOC. Peace.